Started my brand the day I turned 18. They would want to have 5 pairs in which they can actually go from office to where we say that a fusion of culture and modern fashion. Don't just blindly follow the fashion. Try to give something which is your personal style of designing clothes. Hey, we have one of the most diverse population in the country, which has so huge diversity of the culture. You should always do something where there's more opportunity. If you sell footwears where nobody knows what is footwear, you will sell more.
Today we'll be discussing the topic of fashion, the fashion in the Canadian industry. How the Canadian industry fashion changed in the Canadian industry, and what was the trend before 2023 and what changed after 2023 in the fashion. We have someone who is a fashion designer. We'll be discussing the technology and the AI in the fashion industry and the cultural exchanges and how Canadian fashion industry accepted those cultural changes in the past years and what will be the trend in the coming years. So, fashion designer Neha Kodwani. Neha, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Nitin. I would like to start with an introduction of myself.
Yes, please.
I have graduated from one of the top fashion college from India, which is National Institute of Fashion Technology in year 2014. And I have had an brand of myself in India for last 13 years.
By the name of?
By the name of Neha Kodwani, the same name as my name. And I have worked as a wedding wear fashion designer. I used to do customization in wedding wear, basically. And it's a pleasure to be a part of the show. Thank you so much for inviting me. I would like to answer your first question, which is how the industry has been impacted in 2023.
Yes, I'll go to that question, but before that, when did you came to North America?
It's been 3 years now. I came here in February 2023. And I have been on and off before here. Before that, I also lived in America for 2 years in 2015-16. I also had my brand over there in North Carolina, Raleigh. And after that, I have been on and off part of the Canada. But if I say actually when I immigrated, I would say 2023 officially. Yeah.
Okay. Neha, if you had to describe Canadian fashion in one word pre 2023, what it would be?
I would say neutrals. Canada fashion was more about blacks, whites, browns. If you go to market, those are the all colors you would see in the on the counters or the shelves. They were more neutrals because people were kind of very unsure that they can actually come out and bring their culture in terms of where the events happened or where the official meetings were there. They were unsure about it. But if I see from 2023, from being an unsure customer, people actually started realizing what they want, and shopping became more intentional rather than just buying random things, because things got more expensive and life became more busier. COVID had already hit and people were migrating to different countries, and even Canada was evolving with the same reason.
So, what has changed after 2023 here in the Canada, in the Canadian fashion industry?
So there was lot of random production on a larger scale in terms of international brands, I would say, and it actually scaled down to more relatable and a smaller wardrobe, I would say. People want to have, maybe rather than having 10 or 100 clothes of pair, they would want to have 5 pairs in which they can actually go from office to attending an event or a cultural place, and they want it to be more comfortable, more multifunctional. So it actually changed in a good way, I would say.
Neha, what is fashion basically? If you define fashion, how will you define fashion word?
Uh, well, everybody has a different definition. For me, I would say fashion is something in which you're comfortable. You can actually express your own identity without being concerned about being accepted when you go out for any occasion. That's fashion for me.
We are dressed properly for this interview.
I think so.
Anything missing as term of the fashion, or we are all okay?
I think we could have done more in terms of the colors, but
Okay.
I really adore your tie.
Okay.
I love the way you came out with getting that pop colored orange, which actually says a statement piece that yes, you
That was my
have.
understanding because my background is black, so I thought the yellow color will go more because that's a fashion sense.
Yeah.
I may be wrong, but I thought that way. But
You are actually wearing one of the colors of 2026, I would say.
Oh, really?
Yellow is the color, orangish yellow. So I am impressed by
okay,
it.
okay, Neha, let's talk about the sustainability.
Yeah.
And is it the real shift or just a buzzword?
I would say it's a real shift because if you see, thrifting became actually a trend. People are going to resell places, thrift shops, because that is also helping them to spend less and get more value in terms of dressing up for a place, and then they want to redesign their clothes or use it in different way, which is a great thing. So it changed the whole industry in a better way. I would say we are actually optimistically utilizing the whole resources rather than just wasting randomly, because there used to be this huge production which never used to get sold on time. So it's actually good in that way.
So, how did this help the designers?
I would say before the market was more about those big brands who had a big niche in the market, and it was very hard for a person who is a newcomer or a budding designer to actually sustain the market. But now it actually is more about how you put it out in terms of expressing it in terms of a reel. Maybe Gen Z, they don't care about the fashion brands. They would want to relate with the emotions, with the stories, how a fashion has been put out over there. So yeah, they want to buy something like that.
But don't you think that this has made life harder for the designers?
I would not say really, because it actually kind of made more sense. It clarified the whole perception of what a person wants in the market, and they actually are kind of more aligned with what they should design rather than just randomly blindly going with the forecast and putting it on the shelves and getting it with a dead stock. So I think people are actually producing lesser quantity of the designs and they are selling it out more faster.
Uh, Across the globe, from India to North America and from the France
Right.
to the Europe, what do you think that fashion industry looks like? Because there is a different kind of fashion across the globe.
Yeah.
Every part of the world has a different fashion.
Yes.
So, but the fashion also brings togetherness.
Yeah.
It joins the cultures. The cultural exchanges are linked with the fashion.
That's
so
true.
how you see fashion across the globe?
I would say it's a celebration of different cultures, the food, and so much more, which actually brings more warmth to your life. And in terms of, especially for a country like Canada, we were just more focused on making the money and living a basic life. So I think it adds more warmth to your day-to-day life, and it just lifts up your mood. It's more diversity. People are having more exposure than ever before because now they know more trends, more culture from different countries, because everywhere people have migrated from different countries all around the world. The world has changed.
Technology has changed
Yeah.
much of the world,
Yes.
and now we have the artificial intelligence.
Yes.
Does technology and artificial intelligence entered into the fashion industry also?
Definitely,
Can you give us
because
some examples of?
yeah, sure. Now people are actually adopting more of a modest fashion, I would say, which is in which way we say that a fusion of culture and modern fashion, which is a good thing, because now if you see, people are wearing blazers with sari, or they would actually wear a crop top with a lehenga, and so many different versions of it, which is actually, in a way, AI has helped it, and AI has also made it more easier, because now you can actually try those clothes online, before even getting it on in your hand, you know, which has made the whole process more easier. You can actually shop from your house, just opening and scrolling your phone, you know. So the whole accessibility has actually opened up. You can maybe sit in Canada and shop from a country brand which is in UK or maybe in States. So I think it has a very important role, and it is going to even diversify more.
Let's talk about the Gen Z.
Yeah.
Those who don't know, please explain what Gen Z is, because many seniors, when they watch our show, they might not
Yeah.
be aware Gen Z, and what is their influence, what things they are doing differently,
Yeah.
because they are the biggest influencers now.
That's true. So Gen Z is actually, every decade has a name. Millennials were somewhere who were born from 1990s to 2000. So anybody who is born after 2000 is Gen Zs. Gen Zs are smarter than us,
Okay.
because I would say they explored things faster, and because they did not have this patience to wait for things for a longer time the way the 90s people did. So they actually are exposed to more things, and they are the one who is showing up over there things in a faster way than we could think. So yeah,
So they have a big influence on the things, they are doing different things.
they are.
Okay.
Yep.
So, how you see the Canadian identity in fashion? Because don't you think that Canadian fashion has found its real identity in the fashion?
Definitely. I would say before 2023, Canada was a country which was more polite and quiet. Now it has actually stepped up and has its own position in the market, saying that, hey, we have one of the most diverse population in the country, which has so huge diversity of the culture.
Why you mentioned 2023? Because you have taken 23 as a target before 23 and after 23.
Yes.
What is that?
That's correct. Because 23 was a year where we had huge immigration, and everybody has been talking about it, that, oh, the country went down, but nobody spoke about the positive it brought. So I want to talk about it, that we actually enriched our country with so much culture of food, fashion, and embroideries, crafts from so many different diversities, you know.
But you take 23 as a main booster point,
Yeah.
booster year. But COVID, in my point
Yeah.
of view, the COVID was the main booster. The
That's
era
true.
before COVID and era after COVID, because fashion industry
Yeah.
also got affected by the COVID, which
Totally.
happened in 2020, 21,
Yes.
and before 23.
Yeah.
Because before COVID,
Yeah.
the fashion industry, work from home was not there.
Yes.
Fashion industry, in-person meetings were happening,
That's
fashion
true.
shows were happening,
Yeah.
and for those couple of years of the COVID, everything changed.
Yeah.
People, even fashion designers, fashion industry, they was impacted, and they start sitting at home
Yeah.
doing fashion online.
That's
So
absolutely
that
true.
was the main COVID years were the main.
I think because after the COVID, so the major effect came in technology, tech industry. That's how actually it affected all the other industry. Whether if we see that we had these Uber Eats, you know,
Yeah.
so was the revolution in fashion industry. We got places like Amazon online, which would actually sell a huge variety of clothes, you know, and there was so much increase in pop-up shops, and the online fashion became a thing, you know, after 2023. So that was the booming year, I would say, and that's why I'm talking about it.
So you were mentioning about Canadian fashion has found its identity.
Yes.
Okay, if you can continue with that, how the Canadian fashion has found its identity.
So because we have a diverse immigrations from South Asia, East Asia, even many more European countries, America. So they actually brought their culture in terms of the craftsmanships, the fabric varieties, and the stylings, which actually were sewn in a modern style when they actually came here. A lot of tailors, designers, they started redesigning the whole thing, merging the fusion and the need of Canada with their own culture. So that actually gave this discovery of making a new industrial niche in itself, which I think other countries don't have, but Canada has it.
If we talk about the retail and the business side of the fashion, so from a business angle,
Yeah.
is fashion more profitable or more challenging now?
I think the best should survive. Definitely, it has been more challenging, but in a good way, because now it's not that boring way of where you can just open a retail store and you would expect a person to come in and just shop from you. It is more about experience now.
Online is more
Yes,
preferable
yes.
because online in the store you can keep limited quantity of the designs,
That's true.
and in online choose from any colors, any designs,
That's
multiple,
true.
just order a click away, and
Yeah.
that has changed in the fashion.
Yes, and it has also given more like sizeability. Before there were fixed sizes which were available, but now because AI has stepped in and online market, it has actually helped to evolve what sells in more clear words, I would say. And the people who are actually shopping from the store, they are shopping from there because they are getting an option of custom made. They are getting that satisfaction of one-on-one conversation, and that their demands are being fulfilled in a personal way, rather than it's not just you can just stock up and expect a person to buy from the store. It's more personalized experience now for the stores.
Yeah, so Neha Kodwani, the fashion designer.
Yes.
Fashion designers are different than interior designers.
That's
Interior
true.
designers are those who celebrate your home,
Yeah.
who integrate your home with the
That's true.
fashion styles.
Yeah.
And fashion designers, they work on clothing,
Yes.
and some designers are those who bring your soul, good soul out.
Yes.
They are inner soul designers.
Yeah.
So there are many kind
That's
of
true.
designers.
100%. I mean, I remember when I was studying still in college, the only fields we had was textile designers, fashion designers, accessory designers. Now the whole diversification is so huge. We have fashion stylists, we have a fashion communicator, we have fashion editors. Like each and every field is so diverse now than before. Everything has a different profession in itself, I would
So
say.
you are a passed out from NIFT,
Yes.
National Institute of Fashion Technology.
That's correct.
From Bombay,
From Gandhinagar.
Gandhinagar.
Yes.
Okay. And what was that like fashion? How long was the course for fashion design?
The course was for 4 years.
4 years.
We used to have a 4 examination interview, kind of an all India test, in which you would get the center according to your ranks.
I see.
So that was really tough, and we used to have 3 lakh people actually appearing for the test from each center. We used to have 30 centers, so
Okay.
and we would have just 100 seats.
And after passed out, you straightway started your own brand, or you worked somewhere to gain the experience?
I actually started my brand the day I turned 18,
Okay.
because I belong from the same industry in terms of my family business. My dad has been a manufacturer in the bridal wear, so that's how I come in the same field.
Oh, really?
And coming from a Sindhi family, which actually in terms of culture, if I say, we always end up in the same family business. So that's
Okay.
how I got into this.
Neha, what is your advice to the aspiring designers?
Yeah.
If someone wants to enter the fashion industry in Canada today, what is your advice to them?
I would say that don't just blindly follow the fashion. Try to give something which is your personal style of designing clothes, and then see how the customer reacts to it. Go with a smaller scale of production rather than a larger one. It would be a safe one, and then maybe play with the media, play with the online presence, because that's gonna have you a larger reach in a shorter time. One reel which goes viral can take your business to a next level.
Okay. And the final question to you,
Yeah.
where do you see the Canadian fashion is heading towards? Future of Canadian fashion, what you see, what you expect?
I think in the coming year, like I can see right now, the economy is going to be more stable and we're going to have more budding designers in the coming few year. Maybe by the end of this year, I think so. Hopefully, we'll have more brands which will actually celebrate the culture of each and every community, and we would see that on the street the way we have right now. We have Girard Street and we have many more streets in downtown which actually are these cultural streets of different culture, you know. We have one Chinese street, we have Italian street, we have so many different streets.
You lived in US also.
Yes.
So how you compare the fashion in US versus fashion in Canada?
I would say fashion in US is more faster, but fashion in Canada is more stable. People want to be rooted with the culture, which is a good thing, I would say, and that ways they can always teach or pass on that culture to the coming generation, which is a good thing.
And if I ask fashion in Mumbai
Yeah.
or India, how is that different?
Oh, that's completely different because
That's the next level?
Yeah, that's the next level. Maybe we'll be there soon.
Okay, because when we visited the Bombay industry, Bombay Bollywood, and
Yeah.
we saw there, the fashion is really a next level.
Yes.
Which is Hollywood fashion. I
Yeah.
say the Canadian fashion is quite behind.
That's
if we
true.
talk about the fashion in Mumbai
Yes.
or India.
Yes, that's true. Absolutely correct. I think fashion in Mumbai is way, I would say 5-10 years ahead than fashion in Canada, to be very honest. But we are kind of pulling up our socks, and I think now what the difference when I see when I visit Mumbai, when I go from here, then I feel that it's quite, we are not that far. Like now the distance of the year has came closer from 10 or 5 years to 1.5 year. I would say it like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your final message to the aspiring fashion designers?
I would say one person said to me, you should always do something where there's more opportunity. If you sell footwears where nobody knows what is footwear, you will sell more than rather than selling it at a place where people already know and they are wearing the product, you know. So Canada is a great opportunity. Go explore it.
If someone has to see your brands, your social media handles, can they see that?
Yes, definitely. They can go on Instagram. They can type Neha Kodbani, INC, and they can find my page and they can follow me and know more.
Neha, thank you very much
Thank
for
you so
joining
much
us
for
today
having
and giving us great tips for
Thank
the
you.
fashion in the fashion industry.
Thank you, Nitin.
Thank you.
Have a good day.